Hey, it's Jordan, the 1031 doctor, and today we're looking at a deal in Cleveland, Ohio. The 1031 doctor does reviews for people in 1031 exchanges. We do property analysis, due diligence, and basically employ artificial intelligence to find out if these tenants can actually pay the rent and stay at the site. So we give you a full analysis within 24 hours. Let's dive into this one. This is one of these small deals, small price point deals to complete an exchange. Let's say you had a $5 million exchange and you found a $3.7 million deal that you liked, but you're going to have a million three or so in boot, and you're looking for these small deals with some corporate credit. This fits the bill. Cleveland, I'm so about Cleveland, but there's some things going on this site that I like a lot. But let's dive into it a little bit. So it's a good hard corner. The traffic is a little light, but for areas like this, it's actually not light. You got about 26,000 cars a day. So it's a good hard corner. It's corporate 7-Eleven. BP is a good dominant fuel type out there. And it's got a half acre, so you're just at that point where when you have to redevelop this property, you've got enough land to do it. You couldn't do a fast food, but you can do a coffee place or build a soup for emergency medicine or a veterinarian or an eye doctor or dentist, that kind of thing. But you could probably fit a one of the coffee places you can see here. Now it's a little blighted next door here. I don't know what this is. I don't like seeing stuff like that or like this. We'll have to look into that. Looks like it's for sale too. I would probably try to acquire that, and then you have a site where you can probably do a fast food. But this is just the minimal amount of traffic that I would do. Anything under 20,000 cars, I shy away from. So that's pretty good here. You've got, they're asking a 5.19. I would try to get this at a 6. I know it's going to be hard, so I would offer 1,150,000, something like that. Only because the lease is coming up in 4.5 years, and then you're into options. So 15 years total with the options. And so you got a 2,899 square foot building. That's pretty good. It looks like this is a new surface, so it's probably all new tanks and stuff like that. Let's take a look at the OM and see what we see. So we've got, okay, here's the other thing I like. Uh, they've been there a long time. These, 35-year operating history, this is a staple in the area. So it's very well known. It's looks like it's been remodeled too, so that's a good sign. Now, this is what I really liked about this deal. Located less than 3 miles from a proposed Cleveland Browns stadium. That's big. I've done deals in Kansas City hoping that the Chiefs would move or the Royals would move downtown, and there's a lot of hype. You never know if it'll actually happen, but that's always a good thing when it does. You got new residential development, villas at Brookview, 89 luxury townhomes 1.5 miles away. That tells you that the income's probably pretty good. Now, here's the big one for me. Adjacent to a 332 bed hospital that employs 2,000 people. That's a 24-hour day traffic driver, never going to go away. Hospitals don't get redeveloped, they just expand. And having a convenience store that close to a hospital, that's really, that convenience store probably does very, very well. 3 fuel pumps, 6 total fueling positions, hard corner, 284,000 people in a 5 miles. That's good density right there. So I like that. I don't think there's really any major issues with this deal. I would get into the actual store sales using Placer AI to see what the sales volume is there. And, you really never know. It could be a huge sales volume, and then that 7-Eleven's going to want to renew after 15 years. And then you could probably really get a big increase in the rent. So the rents are kind of low here. Let's take a look at the OM. This just hit the market a couple of days ago, so this is fresh meat. And they'll get some activity on this one. It sits pretty well, and it's not too shabby. You got one lone straggler there. He's loitering. Cars look nice in the driveway. There's no beaters. Probably over across the street, got a little retail there. They are doing natural gas, propane, and I think that's ice. So they've got all their deals going on. Snow Road, I'm sure that is appropriate during the winter. Parma, Ohio, which is a suburb of Cleveland, and with the usual suspects, the agents there, $1.350 million dollars. So that is a very small price point for 7-Eleven credit. And I would not, I think they could probably afford this. This is giving the same information. Let's take a look what the rent is. So currently it's $5,800 a month. That's very low. That's those rents don't exist anymore on the plan on this in the United States and maybe the planet. So this is very, very, very low rent. Now I have some low rent deals in other states that are old Circle K's and stuff like that. So you'll see these old rents, and there's a real play here because if they do stay, you can pretty much triple that or double that for sure with today with inflation because the inflation's been held back on these deals. They've only getting 10% each option, and there's been a lot more than that over the last 5 years. So I think you could easily get 120,000 a year if this thing's doing good sales, maybe close to that. So you can wait this thing out 15 years and have 7-Eleven at your doorstep wanting to make a new deal with you. Um, British Petroleum, I mean, I don't know exactly how BP does out there. I just know there's a lot of BP out there. I like the colors. The green is my favorite color. 7-Eleven is a great company. I mean, it's Japanese owned. I think one of the largest in the world, if not Couche-Tard. I think they're battling it out. And here's what it looks like from the on the aerial. Yeah, this is definitely blighted right here. I want to see, I'd probably want to expand this, go on Google Maps and really see what's around here. This looks like a Chinese dragon. We'd have to make that a little larger to see. I have a feeling that's a Chinese restaurant. It's not the end of the world, but this one, it's for sale. You want to get that land. That's very, very important, even if it cuts into your exchange. Now, the best street is Snow Road, Chevrolet Road Boulevard, Chevrolet Boulevard. Now, I noticed looking out at a larger map, there's some automotive related. So this is the Rust Belt, technically, and so it's automotive driven, the economy. Oh, there we go. Yeah, GM Metal Fabrication Division. That's a big employer. That right there is a big employer. You got ABF Freight. Here's the Metro Health Pharma Medical Center. So you're right here and they're right there, and this isn't going anywhere. I like that. I like that a lot. Here's your main highway up here, and but you see up here, you've got this is all green. So you're getting into whenever there's green, your demographics get hit. But over here, Big Creek Apartments and townhomes. You got a high school there, apartments. This is a typical, Midwest area. Let's take a better look. So it's the north part of Ohio, and you got Toronto over here, Pennsylvania Dutch there, far enough from Chicago. And I remember driving from Kansas City many, many times all the way up here. And actually, we'd go this way to get to Toronto and take the bridge over there to Toronto. Yeah, but this is that's still technically the Rust Belt. Indiana, Ohio, that's the Rust Belt. So let's take a look what else they have here. Cleveland. Okay, here's your demographics. 1 mile, it's 10,000 people. That's not that good. Average age is 42. That's good. And now the average home value is 200,000 locally and within 1 mile. That's pretty low, but it gets lower as you go out. So this is definitely a lower income area. 80,000. Yeah, it goes out to lower. So 80,000 a year. It's not that bad for the Midwest. That's livable. And here's just information. 85,000 stores globally. That's a lot of stores. 9,200 stores across the United States, founded in 1927. Total sales 27 billion, not too shy, not too shabby. Number two, franchised times 400. Okay, so they may have a franchisee in here, but it's corporate guaranteed. So I like this deal. This is one of these deals to fit an exchange. You got some boot left over. I don't think there's a lot of risk on this deal, but I would offer them a six cap and see what you can get. If you can get this under like 1,200,000 or 1,175,000, I think you're doing really, really well. Okay, please like, subscribe, and share this video. And if you want me to take a look at a property and put it on the show, please give me an email, jordan@1031doctor.com. And we really appreciate your time and watching my videos. And if you have questions, please contact me. Have a great day.